back to my channel, and if this is the first time you guys see me, then welcome. I'm Sarah Ali, a beautician based here in Lebanon. So for today's video, we're actually going to be doing a wear test and a first time review with this from the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. Lasts up to 24 hours, mattifying second skin effect. It comes in a 30 milliliter dropper bottle. Yeah, I've actually never used this before. Anyone that actually knows me and follows me knows I was never really a fan of these drugstore brands. I never really got these. Like, my products, especially foundations, were Estee Lauder, one other brand that for some reason I forgot what its name. Like, those are the products I used to use, but ever since I went cruelty-free, and especially the last 2 years, you couldn't even rebuy these products due to how pricey they got. We were forced to change ways, and like, forget the pricey part. If I really like something, I might get it once in a while, but just the fact that it's not cruelty-free doesn't really sit right with me. I don't want to pay someone to torture an animal. If I want to torture someone, I'll do it myself. That's my motto in life. I don't pay someone to do it, and I definitely do not pay someone. The only thing he's doing it for is the money. I don't pay such people. I pay people that actually want to do something good in this world, because we already have enough bad. We have more than enough bad, and we don't need to add to it. Which is why Catrice is a cruelty-free brand, as well as Essence. They are sister brands, and I think this is vegan. I'm not sure though. It's not written in here. This is the Hazelnut Beige number 036. You need to shake it well before using it, and that's what we're gonna do. Before, the only Catrice product I had was a liquid bronzer from them. It's smaller than this one. It's 15 milliliters maybe, if I'm not wrong. I finished it a long time ago. I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of wear tests right now, so my hands look crazy because of that. I saw so many people online using this, and I always kind of wanted to try it, so we're trying it for the first time. I don't know, a lot of people do the whole, like, they grab it and they just put it like that. First of all, it's too risky. You might end up actually like dropping it on your clothes, and it's just waste of product, and foundation is very hard to remove from fabric, so don't do that. Apply on the back of your hand. I'm gonna grab just this little dot. Oh wow, that's liquidy. I'm gonna grab this brush from Royal Cosmetic, the master set. It's not available anymore, and I'm just gonna spread it on the back of my hand. Let's see, how skin-like is this? I have underneath a tinted sunscreen from Beesline. There's gonna be a wear test, so I'm just gonna do half my face. I'm not gonna do the other half. I just want to see how it will react with it. This might not be my shade. This might be too light for me. I applied a few more drops, a little bit on the nose, forehead. I haven't shaved my face in a while, so I can see my facial hair peeking up a little bit. But yes, it is matte, but kind of still like skin-like matte. I feel like I want to try this with like a normal sunscreen, like this one. This gives you a little bit of a white cast to your skin, so I feel like I really want to try that with it to see how it will react. It kind of looks like I've already applied powder on top of this, which is weird. I like that. I'm just going to now set my face with powder, and we're gonna wait till tonight to see how this side will look like. But let me just touch it. Oh wow, that feels good. And do I have a clean finger? Wait, don't tell me I rubbed eyeshadow all over me. No, okay. So this is a clean finger. There's nothing really that picked up. I'm gonna grab this tissue. There's nothing. Wait, a little bit, but like I pressed in order for it to come off. I like that. I'm gonna set my face. I'm gonna apply everything powder on top. I'm not gonna use any creams, and after that I'll come back at night to see how everything performed. So it's currently 10:36. My skin is still matte. Okay, wait, that's very weird actually. My skin is still matte. Like, there's not a lot of difference between these two sides. This one is a little bit like, I don't know, this one looks a little bit more like alive, if you want. For me, matte kind of means dead, but this side still looks good. Let's see if it's oily. This is my test. There's no oiliness. So I wiped my nose a little bit, which is why in here it's separated. It looks oily, and it's a little bit, wait a minute, is it? Wait, no? It's not, what is that? It's just the light? I'm not actually oily? Wait, no, I'm not oily. In here, where my glasses are, I took them on and off 1,000 times. The more reason why it's not present anymore. The bronzers still look, they're kind of more natural than how they were. I put on this makeup at 12 p.m. It's currently 10:30. So 10 hours later, I still look good. That's without any kind of retouching or reapplying something. That's pure sunscreen and foundation. So yeah, I think the foundation and sunscreen work good together. I like that. I like it. I like it. I do. Foundation, we're gonna test it out a little bit more. Obviously full face instead of just half of it, but it's not bad. And my skin still looks like skin. Have you tried them together? Tell me what happened if you tried them together. Okay, so day 2 of testing. So I've been shaking it for about a few minutes now. I'm gonna apply on the back of my hand. I don't have anything except cream on my face right now. I'm gonna take the Royal Cosmetics R02. Okay, so you guys know I'm not really a fan of matte foundations. Like, I really like a natural foundation that makes you, you know, look very healthy, natural. So a matte one, I'm kind of like, it feels like it just sucked the life out of my face. But it's matte, yes, but there's a little of you look natural. This is a wear test, you know, it's a foundation to see how it is and all that. Like, would I buy this foundation again? For me, I guess we're gonna see now with the nose what it's gonna do. But for me, I don't think so, because the whole very matte look is not really something I want. Except if it works on the nose, then yeah, I'll probably just use it on the nose and I'll use another foundation on the side. I think I applied enough. My skin looks natural, but matte. The shade is kind of my shade, even though I felt like it looked lighter on my hand. It looks good on me. I'm not gonna apply any powder now, and I'm just going to continue makeup, and then I'll see you tonight. So it's currently 8 p.m. The foundation honestly held it up so well. Like, there's no powder. I bronzed on top, even though, like, with powder bronzer, and it didn't get patchy at all. Like, my skin really looks flawless. It doesn't look weird. Even my nose, which I didn't apply any powder except when I used the Brighten Up banana powder from Essence. A little bit of that powder came over here. I didn't really get any powder on my nose, and it still looks very good. And this is the test I usually do. There isn't any oiliness, actually. I have a very oily nose, so the fact that I just didn't get oily and didn't apply any powder on top to hold that oiliness is amazing. My skin really looks natural right now. Like, this foundation for nighttime, especially if you have an oily skin, looks amazing on you. I think now I'm gonna change what I said earlier this morning. I would get it even if it's just for myself. I would get that because this looks so flawless right now. Like, I wish you could see me from, like, up close, like not from a camera lens, but because this is just amazing the way it looks. Apart from where my glasses are, which a little bit in here, it kind of got messed up, but not much. Here it got way more messed up. Like, it's still not that obvious. I look good. I look very good. And I didn't apply any powder to set the foundation. I just applied immediately bronzer and blush. And my nose looks good. There's no emphasis on the pores. Everything looks perfect and in place. And it's been like 7-8 hours. I'm happy about that. Now, we're gonna test this out in the summer again, because I really want to know if it's gonna be the same reaction. But till now, I'm satisfied. If you have an oily skin in the winter, this is good. This is amazing. Get it if you can. It's so worth it. Like, I have another foundation that is supposed to be oily free and all of these things. So much claims. It's not cruelty free. I'm gonna name it. You know, when I don't like something, I name it. It's the Maybelline, what? Fit Me foundation. Never works on my nose. My nose always ends up looking weird and oily, and even when I have powder on top, like, it just looks awful. I'm not kidding. I'm literally just using that foundation because I have like 2 bottles. I'm only using this foundation when I want to film something and I need foundation and I don't want to use the good foundations. So I'm like, well, I need to like finish you anyway, so I'll just use it for the filming part. But this, like, this is stunning. The way it looks is just stunning. If it was good, I wouldn't have gotten close to it in the first place. It's not good. And it's not cruelty free, so yeah, I'm gonna shade it, but I'm not kidding. I would use primer on the other one and I would use so many things and it would just be horrible. I'm very satisfied at how this looks, like how everything just looks in place. I can see the foundation, but kind of in a skin way, like it's my skin. There's like something beautiful just coating my skin, so I really like this. So my nose, like usually in here, my foundation separates. I've tried a lot of foundations, like high-end foundations, and in here it always separates. I need to really set it in powder, and even then I like need to retouch it. It is a little bit, I don't know if that's oiliness or just, let me see. A little bit of oiliness. Overall, it looks natural. It's not oily to the point where you're like, you're oily. It's oiliness to the point where you're like a little bit shiny, but like a natural shiny, not an oily shiny. I really like how this foundation is. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm very shocked to say that I like how the foundation looks like on my skin, because I wasn't at first. I guess it just looked too matte, and now it just, you know, it's like drinking all of the oil that is coming out of my skin, and it's like, okay, I'm looking more and more natural, and I like that. Next time we're gonna try it with something else, just to, you know, make sure that our review is still, you know, authentic and real. So yeah, I'll see you on day 3. I'm currently going to try these two together. I'm just gonna shake this well. Now lately, ever since this kind of been like on its last drops, it's been giving me like little granules, like little balls whenever I actually apply it. And so I just think that that's the product, like some of the ingredients being down below, which is why you do need to shake it well. I think it was shaken well. I have a video here using this, so in case you want to see it, I did a wear test and I talked about it, and I talked about its combination and the formula and how it was made, like the ingredients and everything. So if you want to see it, check it out. But it's not like the product separating. We're gonna see how much of a flashback it's gonna give once flash is on at night, how it's gonna sit. Now we're gonna shake that. Many things need to be shaked. Whining about shaking too many things in one day. Okay, so I'm only gonna be applying foundation on the center. So it's currently 7 p.m. I can see a little bit of whiteness on my face, like more than my neck. But you guys probably can see a lot better, like how the difference between these two places are. Like, I didn't apply on my neck any sunscreen or foundation, so you can probably see the difference more. My skin looks really flawless. Around my nose is like perfect. Like the foundation's still there, nothing separated. My nose is oily, or is it? Yeah, it's a little bit oily, but it's kind of a natural oily. It's not, okay, let's see the test. Yeah, it's a little bit oily, but one thing though, with this foundation, whenever you wipe your nose, you get foundation on your tissue. So that's one thing though, like it is not completely transfer proof, but it is transfer proof at the same time. Like with my mask, I barely have any kind of residue on there or like transfer in there. If someone was close to me and he looked at me, he wouldn't be able to tell that I had any concealer on, or foundation for that fact. You probably can tell more than me how it actually looks like right now, if there's any flashback more than before. My skin looks matte, but like a natural matte, but in here it looks a very beautiful matte. My nose is the only kind of matte that is a little bit shiny, but not too crazy shiny. But apart from that, everything on my face looks skin-like, but a little bit in a matte way. Quite honestly, everything still looks nice, even though I applied soap brows. Nothing really budged except a little bit here because I applied too much soap. But like my skin is so good looking right now. My skin really looks good. I'm very satisfied with that. So it's day 4, 5, I don't know what day it is, honestly. But today we're going to be trying the foundation in another way. But there's not gonna be a real wear test, so I apologize in advance. But, you know, we're gonna see how it's gonna react and how it's gonna do, because till now I have a very good idea about how this foundation acts. Primer. I'm gonna take this puff from Essence. It's like the Blendiful from Tati. It's like a dupe. I used it the other day and I didn't wash it yet, so I'm gonna use the other side. I knew that you could do that with the Tati one. I didn't know you could do that with this one. I'm gonna apply it on the puff. Okay, so or my skin is currently a little bit dry, or it's not a good idea to apply the foundation on this and then apply it on your skin because it just comes out dry looking. And now I can kind of understand why the other day I was looking at a review and she was saying that no, she doesn't really like it. Don't apply it directly on this because it soaks up a lot of the product, obviously. We learn on this channel. I never used something like the Blendiful before. I'm like learning with you guys. Story time. The other day I tried this foundation on my mother. She had to film. I like to try things on her. It's like wedding for Ramadan. They stayed on set for 20 hours, literally. I did her makeup at 6:30. She came back at 6 a.m. the next day. So I was like, let me see her makeup. You know, I was like very curious to know what it's gonna look like. And I was looking at it and I was like, oh my god, it looks perfect. Everything still looked perfect. The foundation, which was this foundation, looked amazing on her. It faded out a little bit, but there was no streaks, there was no weird oiliness. Her skin still looked kind of matte, but on the natural side. It wasn't cakey, it didn't look weird, it didn't look anything. It just looked more like skin, but a little bit matte. I was very surprised that this drugstore foundation did that. I have many friends in this industry and they're like, we literally cannot afford the high-end foundations we used to get. Especially that these days, if you're just a makeup artist, then it's a different story. But as a beautician that studied for 3 years, everything in the beauty industry, we have a lot of things we need to pay for. So it's not just makeup, it's skincare, it's waxing, it's laser. I'm not in the laser department, but it's multiple things you need to pay for. So it's like, you don't know what you should be paying more for. And personally, I much rather pay more for skincare than to makeup. But at the same time, I want makeup that actually lasts. So I was like, this is perfect time to test this out, you know? If this foundation could be like an alternative till now for high-end ones. And personally, I'm more than satisfied. So my mother doesn't really take care of her skin. Like, she doesn't do masks that often. I'm not someone that remembers to do them for her. So I'm always like begging her to like remind me to do something for her. The only thing she does is like creams, you know, the serums, which is good, but it's like you need to put masks on your face. You need to peel your skin, all of these things. So a lot of times her nose does buildups, and whenever I use the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, it always really took care of my skin. It always looked horrible around my nose. I was very happy how it just came on the skin and just looks flawless for the entire literally day. Someone asked me if this foundation was full coverage. I think that is medium to buildable coverage. It does cover like my redness in here. It did cover it, as well as in here I had a little bit of redness. So I think 2 layers of this and it's full coverage. I'm not applying much, just a little bit. And I'm gonna focus it on the areas that I want that full coverage effect. So they're always like telling me that, can you test foundations out for us and just tell us if it's full coverage, if it lasts, if all these things, because I'm personally someone that is just really enjoying trying new things, so if they're worth it or not. So they're always like asking me. Let me tell you, I really love this foundation. You guys saw like the first time I tried it, I was not a huge fan because I don't like matte foundations. I don't like that effect. I like things to look natural always, and I really like how it looks. It's smooth, it's smooth. So I applied a little bit of cream contour slash bronzer. I didn't really let it get too dark. And now we're gonna powder. I'm gonna use this brush from BH Cosmetics number 4. But before that, I'm gonna apply a little bit of concealer All the nails information are in the description box down below at the end. These are my wedding nails. Like, these are the nails I'm planning to get married with for a very special occasion today, and very exclusively I'm unboxing this Feel 22 Luxe package, which is why we're gonna be unboxing it with these nails. So now I powdered, and we're gonna check it out in a few hours, about 3 hours, not more. So now the skin feels amazing. It looks just as amazing. Just for me, matte again kind of needs a little bit of dead, but quite honestly, no, it looks good. It just doesn't look that shiny or that alive for me, but you can literally take a facial mist. This is from Aliak. I just changed the package and it looks a tiny bit more alive. You guys saw me this morning. I put on the foundation on the center of my face with powder only. By the way, it's not a powder that usually soaks up oils very well. At 5 p.m. I remember that I did check if my nose got oily, and I was like, oh my god, I bet my nose is currently so oily. I completely forgot what I had on, and I did my test, my famous test, and there was nothing. And even now, there's a tiny bit. Like, usually I get this shine towards 12, usually. I'm very impressed. It looks naturally a little bit on the matte side, but it does look naturally matte, but like, you know, with that little shine. So in here, I am a tiny bit more shiny as my nose. It looks natural. It's not overly oily. It's like natural shine. That's how my skin looks up close on the mirror. It doesn't look at all oily or, you know, or cakey or anything like that. There's a little bit of oiliness, but it's currently 8. I put on this makeup at 8 a.m. It's currently 8 p.m. 12 hours later. It's now starting to get oily. Hands up for that. I tried it today with the Natalie Beauty syrup sticks, and oh my god, like, it's not the foundation's fault, it's literally that very bad highlighter fault. Like, it looks like someone just put a bunch of glittery eyeshadow on my skin, and I literally used it the way she recommended on her website, and no, like, there's a beautiful glow from the outside. You probably can't see this better, but when you have someone like up close to your face, it looks like you just had glitter like thrown at your face. It's not this foundation, I'm just putting it out there. Like, I was laying the foundation, I tried it multiple times with this or whatever I was applying it with. It was just scattering all over my face. Like, I literally had highlighter in here. I don't know how you're gonna work with that highlighter if you want to use it as a highlighter. Like, my best advice would probably be do the areas in your face that don't have any highlighter, and then at the end go to the highlighter part and stick there. Like, don't go anywhere after that, because it just goes everywhere. Final day, so I've been trying it out with the primer, with the powder, with all these things. It's been a little bit different. Like, I've been getting oily ever since it started to get hot again, but I'm trying it out with this new cream that I will be doing, you know, wear test, and I will like see if I'm gonna get more oily with this, because I was usually starting to get like oily on occasions, and now I'm kind of getting oily like every day. So I want to see if that has anything to do with the whole story. So yeah, we're gonna see, so stay tuned for this video. But apart from that, I really like this foundation. I really do. I'm like literally telling everyone to get it because it's like so good. And one of the beautiful things about it, that even if you do get oily on the nose, you don't get that weird look where the foundation separates. You know, it's like literally just oil sitting on the top of your skin. While other foundations, which I've already named in this video, claim to be not oily for the skin, absorb the oil on the skin, matte, and all these things, last all day. Nah, it doesn't. My nose looks like someone literally took a brush, gave it to a child, and just painted my nose with foundation everywhere and not equally dispersed. So yeah, whenever foundation was like in contact with my oiliness, that's how it would look like. With this, with this, it just like, if I do get oily, even if I get a lot oily, it just sits there, and then you remove it with a tissue. When I do my pump test, that's when it usually gets removed, and it's done, and you're done, and then you can powder and you're good. It doesn't look bad. It still looks like skin. It's still beautiful. You still have foundation on. It's not removed. Let me just see it. Like, I was oily like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about. I still have foundation on my nose. One thing is that try to be careful and not to apply too much on where you have your glasses if you wear glasses. So don't get too close to where your glasses usually sit, which for me is here. Yeah, I mean, this foundation is a good foundation. It has a good price. I'm happy with this foundation. I will be purchasing this again. I'm satisfied with this. I mean, if you can wear it for 24 hours on set and still look amazing after a wedding that lasted 20 hours. Apart from that, I can't say anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, obviously, if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you have it, if you're thinking of getting it, and what do you think? I hope this video is not too long, but I really wanted to give you all the information you needed. So any feedback or anything you guys want as questions, I would be more than happy to answer or talk with you in the comments down below. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.